New Jersey's county jails are rife with human rights abuses and mistreatment, according to an investigative report by New Jersey Monitor, in which inmates say the conditions inside the correctional facilities are so poor they'd be hazardous even to a dog. Critics have long pointed out that county jails lack the same oversight and transparency as state prisons, despite the fact that they routinely pass regulatory inspections or that more people cycle in and out of county jails than state prisons. Some 10,000 inmates are behind bars in 16 county jails on any given day in New Jersey. Dana DeFilippo looked into the complaints and joins me with her reporting. Dana, it's so good to have you on the show, and thank you for sharing this reporting with us. Just walk me through, first of all, some of the complaints that you found and these details of the conditions inside the jails.
Sure. So we first started looking at this because of Mercer County Jail. Specifically, we had seen on social media, and we had a couple of people reach out to us directly about the physical conditions there. There's mold on the walls. They often turn off the water because there's leaks, and I'm not sure why else they might turn it off, but that restricts then people's access to toilets, to showers, to drinking water even. And so that was a large issue, just utility outages. They don't seem to have anyway, working laundry. And so, if you go there, you're wearing a jumpsuit and you either have to keep wearing the same jumpsuit without laundering it, or you have to wash it yourself. And so folks told us that they were doing that in mop buckets and mop sinks, and hanging them up to dry. They had, problems beyond the physical. There were complaints that they are denied medications, that they can't see a doctor when they want to, that the phones are down frequently so that they can't communicate with their loved ones. There were all sorts of kind of quality of life problems that were reported to us, but also just treatment. So there were complaints about how they were treated by prison staff. There are a lot of assaults at that prison. In general, we found that there was a lot of assaults reported in most of the county jails, and Mercer's was one of the higher ones. So it sounds like there's kind of the whole gamut there of problems.
And yet this facility, along with the other county jails, routinely and annually pass inspections that are mandated. How are they able to do that?
So the inspections are done by the State Department of Corrections. They do them every year. And it's not clear how they're able to pass them like that. The department does check for regulatory compliance. So the reports that they do, or the things that they fill out, it's largely a checklist. They're fill-in-the-blank forms. So they're checking for things like, are they doing this training? Is there this much space in the day rooms? Are they offering educational classes, that kind of stuff? And so you literally check on the form, compliant or non-compliant. And so there's lots of things they don't measure.
It sounds very black and white with those inspections. Yeah. No gray area for these, like you said, physical or humanitarian type conditions.
Exactly. They're checking for regulatory compliance, not necessarily for human rights problems or abuses.
So, okay, I know you reached out to a number of people through your reporting. What is it that watchdogs want to happen, and why has it been allowed to continue to this point? Because years ago there was talks of shutting down the Mercer County Jail in particular.
So the main problem here is that there's not really any oversight. And so for state prisons in New Jersey, there's an ombudsperson who does these kinds of human rights checks. He issues, his name's Terry Schuster, and he issues regular reports, not just annual reports, but he tackles all kinds of topics. But he is statutorily tasked with only looking at state prisons. And so there is no real kind of independent, strong oversight of the county jails. And the watchdogs that I talked to said there should be. It should be outside of the county. It should be outside of corrections. It should be civilian led. And they should talk to folks who are incarcerated in these facilities, visit them, and do these kinds of human rights checks, quality of life checks that are missing right now.
Dana DeFilippo is a senior reporter with New Jersey Monitor. Thank you so much for your reporting.
Sure. Thank you for having me.